Hello, hello. My name is Skylar Mitchum, and I want to thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk with you and have a conversation with you just for a few minutes. So, I just want to share a couple of dispositions of learners that I believe that I possess. I believe that I possess many of them, but for the sake of time, I'll just share a few. The most important one that I feel, that I value the most is modeling integrity in my words and in my actions. I'm very big on that. I want to model what I want to see in the students that are under me and also in the adults, the educators, and the faculty that are around me as well. I want to model what I want to see out of them that's going to create an environment that is filled with integrity and people that want to do right. So, secondly, I encourage curiosity and active inquiry. I think that's very important. It's one thing for me to say what I know and what's important to me, but I also need to know what's important to you. I need to know what you believe in. I need to know how you feel about things because the more we converse and share our ideas with each other, that's where growth really thrives. So that's important to me as well. Lastly, it's important for me to model professionalism and genuine care for my students. So I I work in a school right now. I'm a safety monitor at an alternative school, and so therefore I don't have really any teaching experiences in an academic sense, but I am teaching a lot. I'm teaching moral values. I'm teaching emotional values, spiritual values, and that has been a great experience thus far for me to have. And one, I believe again in professionalism, but also in showing a genuine care. Kids and adults, so people in general, can tell if you are genuine or not. They can tell if you really care or if you're just faking it till you make it, which, by the way, I don't believe in faking it till you make it, especially in the educational industry. You need to you really need to have a genuine care for those that are around you in order to succeed in an educational environment. As far as what I need to work on, one would be, and this is going to sound strange, but commitment to the profession of teaching and learning. The reason why I say that is because teaching was not my choice. I had a completely different outlook on my life and what I wanted, but for me personally, I believe in God. I believe in His Son Jesus. I believe in His Word, the Bible, and therefore He has led me into this profession. He's led me to go down the road of getting my education. I'm in college right now, and so I'm growing in my commitment to the field of teaching, to education. But I believe that He's doing that work in me as I move in faith and obedience to Him. He is growing that commitment to the children and to those that are around me. And I'm finding that I'm getting fulfillment um, from this area, this sphere of life. The second thing that I would say I need to work on would be reflection combined with experience, leading to growth as a professional. The reason why I say that is because I don't have much experience and therefore I don't have much to reflect on. So, given the fact that as I move forward with this, I'll get more experience. That way I can gain more reflection. And as I do that, I can begin to grow as a professional. So, and the last thing I would say would be the effective community involvement and servant leadership on the welfare of others in an educational setting. Again, because of my lack of experience, I haven't been able to become a part of society in affecting the community through servant leadership and through community involvement. As I begin to move into this arena and begin to learn how to operate in it and know what's available to what I can involve myself into, then that avenue can begin to open up for me um, in time. So, excuse me. Attributes of a professional educator for me, as far as appearance, I would say well groomed and well dressed. As you can see, it doesn't have to be a suit and tie or anything like that, but it definitely needs to be professional. It needs to be something that speaks to those that are around you that you are professional and that you mean business. You're not here to play around. You're here to do a job. You're here and to do it well. So, but also a professional educator should have integrity, should have honesty walk in respect, and have courage and confidence to walk into a classroom or any environment and to stand on truth, to stand on what you believe in, but also to be able to speak things that you know may not always be as popular with certain audiences. So courage and confidence is also important to me as well. But also being calm and being peaceful, full of wisdom and understanding. One of the most important things that an educator can bring into a classroom is peace. We live in a very turbulent time with many different issues that we are seeing in the educational sphere, and the educator has an amazing opportunity to model peace in that environment so students and faculty alike can see what true peace looks like and therefore see wisdom and understanding, which also helps to bring in that peace. That's important to me as well. The standards that guide the thinking and actions of a professional educator really are everything that I've just said and more. Those attributes, that integrity, that honesty, right? The respect, the courage, the confidence, love, grace, compassion, mercy, courtesy, all these different things. These things are the standards that I believe should guide the thinking and the actions of a professional educator. Now, I would also add every school is going to give you a handbook that are going to have the laws, the policies, the dress code, and all these different things. These things need to be me being aware of to the professional educators so that they can model these things for the students and for the teachers as well, to see what it looks like to be a productive citizen and to follow rules and regulations. I would also add that I model my life after the Bible. Scripture, what God says love is, what he says honor is, what he says humility is, what he says love and grace is, all these different things. I model my life after what Scripture says, and I bring that into the classroom and really every aspect of my life. It's not something that I would say that everybody has to do. I would encourage it, but that's what I do in my own personal life. When it comes to the psychological and moral development of children, when you're walking in some of these different dispositions, there's going to be positive and negative effects. I'll give one example of each. As far as positive, when you model a professional disposition in front of not only students but also teachers and different faculty, it should evoke a thinking in their mind of, this makes me want to be better. This makes me want to grow. This makes me want to learn more. That's the positive aspect of walking in professional dispositions, walking in ways of thinking and speaking and doing that are going to evoke that desire to grow, that desire to learn, that desire to have a higher quality of life. The negative aspect is that some people are not going to agree with some of these things because they're so used to doing things in a certain way, saying things in a certain way, believing certain things are right when they may not necessarily be. And so these things are going to come against the mind. They're going to come against the belief systems that are innately deep-seated belief systems, if you say it like that are inside of different people. And when we walk in these values, it's going to challenge these things. And we have, as educators, we must be ready for students and teachers to resist these different things. We need to be ready for that. But also, it's going to challenge us as well, because when what we walk in, what we believe in to be right, to be true, to be integrous and to be full of humility and all these different things. In order for us to walk in these things and continue to walk in it, we're going to be challenged to do that. We're going to be challenged to not compromise when that opposition comes, when that resistance comes. It's going to be up to us to withstand that opposition, to withstand that challenging, and stand on the things that we believe to be true, to be honest, and to be pure, so that we can continue to model what a professional educator looks like. And that's how I'm going to uphold the expectations in my classroom, is to be aware of the rules, of the regulations, and what is expected of me, and also be aware of my personal convictions that I know to only add positivity and purity to the classroom environment and to the lives of others, and not detract from that, not take away from it, to continue to walk in those things and hold myself and others accountable when those things are not modeled. And as far as the moral development of my students, I always want to have a space to where children can come in and they can feel free to talk to me, that they can feel open and vulnerable enough to share how they feel, to express their thoughts, to tell me how it is, in their life, in their experience, to be willing to be wrong. And what I mean by that is to say what they need to say, even if they're wrong, and be safe enough with me to do it, and me not ridicule them, me not judge them, me not condemn them, make them feel guilty or shame them, to let them be open with me, respectfully. Let me add that, to respectfully express how they feel, but also create an environment to where they know that if they come to me and say what they're going to say, that they would also be open for me to pour into their life, to speak love, to speak truth, to give them tidbits of information, to be willing to learn, not just to express, but also be willing to learn. And I think that through all these different things that I've said, that it would model an environment that would be healthy, that would be strong, and that would promote healthy growth and development, both psychologically and morally, in everyone involved, including myself. So thank you for the time that you've given me. I hope that this satisfies whatever requirements that you need. Thank you again, and may God bless you.